Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Before I get my day started this morning, I want to make a honey bun cake to take to my chiropractor, and then I'll have one to keep here at home. I love this recipe because it does make two, and it's a very easy recipe. I'm going to start with about half a cup to 1 cup of brown sugar. You can use dark, you can use light, totally up to you. I'm going to do 3/4 a cup today. This is just one of those throw together, even if you're doing it at the last minute. It's just a really good, easy recipe. To this, I'm going to add approximately 4 tablespoons of ground cinnamon, and I'm going to use my hands. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I didn't even take the time to put on an apron this morning. I want to get these in the oven though while I get myself ready for the day. We need 4 eggs, and I have fresh eggs, thankfully. Thank you to our cousin who raises chickens, and I love getting me some fresh eggs. So you're going to use 4 eggs. I'm going to set this to the side. You want to give this a little stir because you want that to incorporate into the sugar. Set it to the side, and in another bowl we're going to mix 8 ounces of sour cream, and I have a 16-ounce container, so I'm going to just divide that in 2. I have done this recipe so many times that honestly it's almost committed to memory, if you know what I'm saying. We need 3/4 a cup of oil. I used avocado oil. You can use whatever oil you want, but today I'm going to use avocado oil. It is a healthier choice of oil. I'm also going to use a yellow cake box, a mix of classic yellow. You can buy these on sale. I got this one at Big Lots. When they put them on sale at Food Line, I stock up because I'll make this recipe a lot. So it doesn't have to be the high-end cake mix. Just a yellow cake mix would be great for this. I'm going to give this a little stir. And get it blended up. I'm going to add my eggs in, 4 of them, in my granny cup, which I love. And you can see that a fresh egg that's straight out of the chicken's behind, the yolk is more orange than a store-bought egg. I'm going to use 9-inch round pans for this, so I'll have 2, 1 to give away and 1 for the imaginary farmer and baby boy to eat, or whomever stops by. I'll have a little slice of sweet to offer someone. This is just one of those recipes. I've never met anybody that doesn't like it. Now it's sweet, okay? It's got sugar and a cake mix and brown sugar on top. I'm gonna add half a cup of white granulated sugar. And if you wanted to tweak this and use your sugar that you have, whether it be stevia or whether it be Truvia or whether it be a xylitol based sugar or honey, I would use the same measurements. I'd still do the half cup. You could even use dates if you want to. If you don't want that white granulated sugar, this is one of those recipes that you can alter and make it your own. Just want to get everything mixed up. This recipe is in Granny's Farm to Table, my second cookbook. I made this for years for the boys. and their friends, whether they were in high school or college or middle school, they liked this recipe. Mom would just make us a honey bun cake. Okay. I have 2 disposable pans. You could make this in a bundt pan. You could make this in a 13 by 9 inch pan. That is totally up to you. I'm going to spray the bottom of these 2 just so it'll lift out easier. This is about out. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pour half of this in here, a fourth into the pan, and a fourth into this pan. And you don't have to do it that way. It's just a little easier when you want to swirl your topping. And I'm going to just spread that out. This is going to bake in a 350 degree oven for approximately 30 to 35 minutes, depending on how your oven cooks. I usually set my timer for 30 minutes and check it. Now I'm going to take this streusel topping of brown sugar and cinnamon, and I'm going to sprinkle that on top pretty heavy. Then I'm going to come back with the rest of the cake. Cookie, no. No, ma'am, this is not for you, girl. This is for Dr. Garcia's staff. They've been so nice to your daddy and I. I've made these in a mason jar before, baked it in the mason jar. I've done it in loaves. I've done it in tiny loaves for Christmas presents. It's just one of those recipes that if you've never made it or never had it, it's definitely one you want to keep in your repertoire. Let me grab a fork. What I'm going to do is just gently swirl this in. Makes it really pretty when it bakes up, and when you cut it, you can see the swirl in there with that brown sugar and that cinnamon. And you want to talk about something good. Ooh, this is a good one. If you don't have sour cream, plain Greek yogurt would be great as a substitute as well. I'm going to pop these in the oven, and then we're going to make a glaze. Before I pop them in the oven, I'm going to sprinkle the rest of the sugar on it. I almost forgot it. Almost forgot it. And then we're going to make a glaze with some maple syrup, some orange juice. If you have fresh oranges, that's great too. Set my timer. Okay, I want to do my glaze. I've got orange juice this morning, so I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of orange juice, like 2, 1, 2, and then I'm going to come up with some powdered sugar. About a half a cup. Just makes a nice finish. You don't have to use the glaze. Definitely don't have to. I'm going to grab a little bit of maple syrup. And I actually have some vanilla bourbon pancake syrup that was given to me in a gift basket from the Harbles, who I adore, their family. I'm just going to do a drizzle of this. And I'm going to keep it out in case I want to add a little more. You want this to be the consistency of Elmer's glue, like the old Elmer's glue. That's not quite thick enough. So I'm gonna add a little bit more powdered sugar. This is one of those cakes that when I take it places, people say, oh my gosh, how in the world did you make that? And this is how easy it is. Okay, that is a good consistency. Okay? So I'm gonna set that to the side. I'm actually gonna give it a taste. It's got that citrus, it's got that pancake syrup that reminds you of a great breakfast, and that powdered sugar. When those come out, I will drizzle the top of them with that, and then you can freeze them, wrap them up real good and freeze them, or you can give one and keep one. This is one of those recipes that keeps on giving, y'all. It's on page 75 if you have the cookbook. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and comment. Have a wonderful day.